If a referee's job is not to be noticed, Mills Lane is failing miserably.
Let's get it on!
He's the most famous ref on earth,
Take a point off.
thanks to restoring order to 4 of boxing's most lawless, weird, and outrageous fights.
The skydiver has just landed here at ringside.
The infamous Fan Man.
Don't do this to yourself, man.
Oliver McCall's breakdown.
You want to fight? Huh? Let him know.
Henry Akinwande's hugging.
You need to fight, or I'm going to chase you.
And Mike Tyson's nibbling.
He bit his ear. He was bullshit. It's going to cost him 2 points.
Meet Mills Lane, boxing's law and order.
He bit his ear, 2 points off.
All rise. Second Judicial District Court, State of Nevada now in session. The Honorable Mills Lane presiding.
Good morning. Please be seated.
In Reno, Lane dispenses justice on a full-time basis. He's a district judge in Washoe County, Nevada.
Mr. Stroud has 18 prior convictions, 8 of them are felonies.
His nickname,
You're going to do time. I guarantee all the time I can give him.
Maximum Mills.
What's a Mills Lane courtroom like? Are you a let's-get-it-on kind of judge?
Well, it's not a Mills Lane courtroom. It's the people's courtroom where Mills Lane is presiding.
I stand corrected.
All right. It's a courtroom where we start on time. We know it's after 9 o'clock. What time do you get up in the morning? We don't waste time. 8:45 means 8:45, okay? And we tend to business. Mr. Deputy Sheriff, take him into custody. Some guy was talking to a defense lawyer, and he said, quote, "Good morning, Judge Lane is my worst nightmare."
I practice in his court every day for 2 years, and you learn to know what makes a guy tick.
Thomas Mitchell, public defender.
Mills Lane is a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's a fighter. He's a boxer. I think in one word, he's a boxer. In the courtroom, his mindset is, let's get it on. He likes combat.
You want to plead guilty?
I don't want to go back to jail.
Well, that's not what I'm asking you.
Before sitting on the bench, Lane was the district attorney. He prosecuted 22 cases and won them all.
He had this fantastic reputation for being a bulldog.
Mary Lou Wilson, attorney at law.
I had seen him many times as a prosecutor.
If not, I'll indict your ass and you'll never get out of jail.
He was just marvelous, and he would rip the witness's throat out.
What does it take to be a good lawyer, good prosecutor?
You gotta work your butt off. All this crap. I was in law school, I had a professor tell me, he says, make sure when you pass the bar, leave your work at the office. That's bullshit. You don't leave your work at the office. Man, if you believe in something, you eat it and sleep it.
Lane's passion has paid off in votes. The Republican won landslide victories in his judge and DA elections, and a Reno newspaper called him the most honest man in Nevada.
You can take all of this fame and, quote, stick it in your ass.
There's even talk of him running for governor.
When I first ran for district attorney, I told my campaign committee the 3 things I would not do. I would not wear a 3-piece suit, elevator shoes, or a toupee. I said, what you see is what you got. There ain't no more. That's it. Either accept me or reject me. This is me, and I'm going to do what I believe is right, and if I make a mistake, I'm going to tell you I screwed up. I'll admit it.
Jurisprudence Mills Lane style is the stuff of courthouse legend. But the folksy manner and common sensibility that serve him so well here in the Western frontier spring from a completely foreign culture, the privileged and aristocratic world of the Old South.
Mills Lane, man of the people, was actually born Mills Lane III, he of the Savannah Lanes, one of Georgia's most prominent banking families.
What would have been so bad about joining the family business?
Nothing would have been bad about it. But if I would have gone in the bank, I never would have known. I mean, was it really me? Or was it because I was the nephew, the boss's nephew? But out here, I mean, the name Mills Lane didn't mean a damn thing.
Please welcome Mills Lane.
The name, by now, has become a household one.
Tyson said to you it was a punch.
I said, that's bullshit. It was not a punch, you bet it.
But the root of Lane's fame lies in 4 simple words.
Let's get it on! Let's get it on! All right, let's get it on! Let's get it on!
Do you remember the first time you said, let's get it on?
It was, I believe, the Holmes-Cooney fight. I wanted to do something different, you know, shake hands, good luck to you, blah, blah. So I'm just going to say something different. Shake hands now, let's get it on!
And what about touching your nose? People are curious about that.
Well, that's it. Well, I used to just do this. That's hello to about 500 people. One time, a sports writer asked me on one of the TV fights if I was going to say, "Hi, Mom." So I'm not going to say, "Hi, Mom." I'm going to go like this. And then I started doing this. That was 'cause I had a friend that was dying of cancer. He was in, I always did it for him. And when I did like this, that was okay.
All right, we got 3 to go. It's $3.
True or false? You're a poker hustler.
I'm a poker player, true. I love to play hold'em poker.
What is it about the game?
It's the anticipation. It's being able to try to read somebody. When they bet, what do they got, and the anticipation of what the cards are going to be. And I'm going to show you the hand. I'm winning the money. I like to win the money. I'll tell you this. You show me somebody who's a good loser, I'd like to fight him every day.
The 59-year-old Lane is an ex-fighter and Marine who still keeps a soldier's regimen. Run at 0500, hit the speed and heavy bag at 0530. He lost only once in 12 pro fights, but today has no cartilage in his nose. The price paid for a huge heart, limited skills, and a disgust for underachieving.
Example. I refereed Donald Curry when he fought Milt McCrory. On that night, Donald Curry was as good a fighter as there was in this country, 147 pounds. About 3 months after that, I saw him and I says, "Hey man, you look like you weigh about 58. He says, "I weigh 62. I said, "What the hell is wrong with you? That's terrible. You guys are on television. Would you leave your cameras and your lights outside in the rain? No. They're your tools, right? A fighter's tools are his body. You don't abuse your tools."
You're tough.
Damn right.
He's very sentimental. He really has a real marshmallow side to him. He really has a warm and fuzzy side to him.
The first time Kay met the twice-divorced Mills, she told him he was too short. He cursed at her. They've now 17 years and have 2 sons.
He's very affectionate with the kids. Every day he has them sit in his lap and he tells them why he's proud of them. I mean, he does have a compassionate side. Sometimes it takes a lot of guts to give someone a chance.
If you make it through the program and you get yourself squared away and organized, I'll take one more chance on you. You'll be released, put back on probation. But now, Miss Shea, if you come back in front of me for using drugs again, what should I do?
You should send me to prison.
All right, I'm going to read that back to you if I see you again. In court where I work, people come in all the time and they say, "Well, I have this bad problem." And I say, "Look, it's not because you weren't breastfed. It's not because your mama didn't change your diapers or your daddy yelled at you. It's you. When you stand up and take responsibility for what you do, then you're taking that first step toward getting it together, son."
Do you see parallels to Mills Lane's courtroom persona and his persona in the ring as a referee?
Yes, he is exactly the same.
Give me an example.
The Tyson Holyfield fight.
The minute I realized that Mike Tyson had bitten Evander Holyfield, the first thing I said was he disqualified, he bit him. He bit his ear. He's out. Disqualified. He bit his ear. I can see the bite marks. I should not have said that. That was a mistake.
It's, you know, it's first bite free. That's a legal terminology from the common law in torts.
Mark came up on the ring apron and he says, "Do you want to disqualify?" That was a question. I thought, wait a minute. That's a fair inquiry. He bit his ear. Can you go on?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be a 2-point deduction. The fight will go on.
The person has a dog and he breaks free and bites someone. The tort law used to say, well, you know, it's not really dog owner's fault because it's, you know, it's first bite free.
They get in close again. Next thing I know, Evander jumps back and he says, "He bit me again." Then I realized, my God, he did bite him again.
Now, second bite, you're liable.
I just walked over and said, "That's it, you're gone. You're disqualified, you're out of here."
He said, "You did a first bite, and I'm warning you now." And then you have a second bite, and you are out. That was just typical Mills Lane. He just did the right thing. And he's going to do the right thing every time.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Today, Lane isn't working in Vegas or on pay-per-view. The world's most famous ref is in Yerington, Nevada, population 2,800.
the incomparable Mr. Mills Lane.
People say, well, Mills, how can you come to Yerington and referee a club fight when you just come out of a Taisha fight? And I said, look, this is the most important fight in the world to two people. The butterflies are going, you should be nervous, and if you can't treat every fight just like it's for the world title, you got to get your gear and get out.
I think he's the greatest referee I've ever seen.
Any questions here? Here, let's get it on!
The venue, a motel parking lot. The marketing campaign, real people, real fights, and Mills Lane.
I think half the people came to the show just to watch Mills more than the fighters.
Hey, get that head now. Come on. Work out.
For Tyson Holyfield, he made 10 grand. A fight in Yerington pays him $175, plus gas money.
Hell of a shot, son, right in the liver.
I think he's the most popular guy in Nevada. He could run for governor probably and win.
I want to tell you what a pleasure it is to shake your hand.
Thank you so much. I still don't wear a three-piece suit. I still don't wear elevator shoes, and I still don't wear a toupee. I doubt that'll ever change. So I've had the loan, I'm living on the interest. I had more good time than these 5 folks ought to have in a lifetime. Okay, let's go drink a beer. God love you. All right.